Hi everyone, welcome to Source Snack Break. I'm Ren with Source. Today is Tuesday, June 30th. Before we get started, I'll tell you a couple things about the webinar tool. So you're all muted automatically, but you do have access to the live chat there on the right. So you can pop in your favorite emoji to try it out. And you can also use the live chat to ask questions or comment. And if you do have any questions, we will be sure to answer them during the presentation. So bring it on. We love questions. We're also going to send you a recording of this webinar after the presentation so you can reference it later or send it to a friend, whatever you need. So today's guest is Alex with Teknoflor. Hey, Alex, how are you? It is so nice to see you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Teknoflor as a company before we jump in?
Sure. I am the RVP of the Western region, so I have 13 states. Teknoflor is a company that was historically a healthcare company. We've been around for almost 30 years now. And many years ago, when LVT started expanding and the clients started asking for companion products, that's where we really started getting into it. We're part of HMTX, which a lot of people don't know, but we're a $700 million company.
Wow.
Kind of was kept under the radar. And so now we've been touting that a little bit because the LVT capability that we have through them has really been beneficial to us to allow us to have access to just about anything. So we're really strong in PVC-free products. We're actually the leg of the HMTX tower, while our parent company is as sustainable as my company is and interested in sustainable things. They just achieved a Just 2.0 label, the first one for a flooring manufacturing company, and we've helped 2 of our factories in China get them as well.
That's great. Real quick, so a Just label is similar to like a B Corp certification. It's like a declare label, but for your company. So if you have a Just label, you've evaluated your company on all sorts of criteria, including pay equity and how you treat animals and what your HR policies are. And if you have a Just label, it's really a way to make public your internal policies. So amen for doing that. That is awesome.
Yeah, we're really excited. We are very involved in International Living Futures Institute, and I'm actually an ambassador for them. So, we subscribe to all of those ideals and try to uphold that in pretty much all the products, even if our, the items I'm going to show y'all today are vinyl, but they're 100% phthalate-free virgin vinyl. So trying to maintain a level of transparency in every product that we have.
I love that. I will note that Alex is super pro at this. You even corrected our spelling on the word phthalate one time. So that's how you know she knows what's up, because there's like 17 THs in that word. So we really appreciate your expertise.
Never to learn that.
Right. Okay, so let's dive right in. Can you tell us a little bit about Icon and what this line or this collection has as part of it?
Yes. Icon, super exciting. To give you a little bit of the backstory on it, which we started working on this product. You guys probably know that it takes up to a year to get a product to market because of design and having things come back and forth and color and texture and stuff like that. We really were looking for some companion items to go with all the wood looks that we have and the great wood planks that we have. In healthcare also, sheet vinyl is definitely going down and LVT is shooting up, but they still need a wood look in the acute care areas. But it's really going towards LVT, not only in healthcare, but in all the other divisions. So what we were trying to create is more of a carpet type look, more of a textile type look. And then boom, here comes COVID. And we are hearing from so many of our clients that they are ripping out carpet because of the cleanliness, the sanitary issues, the possibility of, contamination, things like that. And so we feel like we are right here with an awesome collection because, again, it just kind of creates that soft, residential, warm feeling, but it can be cleaned. And in this day and age, that's what everybody's looking for.
Got it. And does it come as a sheet or tiles or both?
These are tiles only, and they come in 2 formats. So there's a feathered concrete look and the San Tropez look. Oh, we can switch to those. That's totally cool. These are in 1 foot by 2 foot rectangles. So just a really nice format to play with. They are, I'll just go right into what they are. If you look at the bottom row, that is the one that is called San Tropez. And from my carpet background, I can tell y'all probably are familiar with, this is replicating like a loop and cut kind of carpet, in that there's areas that are really repetitive, and then there's areas that look kind of smushed. That's where you would have had like the cut of the carpet. So it really, I mean, it's the closest thing I've ever seen to a carpet image in a tile. But then with it being in those rectangles, you're not getting just that monolithic kind of look on it. So they're really nice. There's some great colors in there. We did, of course, all the neutrals that people always ask for, and then kind of popped in blue. Of course, everybody knows blue's super popular. So there's some really nice looks in that. Then going up the next row to the feathered type look, the feathered concrete, that, again, concrete kind of goes monolithic when you do it in a tile. So what we've done is created kind of almost this striping, scratching, striate. Some people think it looks like water dripping, kind of linear look across it. Some people think some of them look kind of like a piece of metal, like a metal plate. Well, they're not really metallic, like an acid wash maybe on a metallic. So yeah, it's got that smokiness of a concrete, but with some really interesting texture on top of it.
Nice.
And then the last one, we call it denim, because what it really is trying to replicate is kind of like the woven aspect of a textile, where you get some nubbies that stand up, and maybe especially like in jeans, where there'll be the white yarn will stand out more going across.
The distressing.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like it's kind of a little beaten up.
Yeah.
So it's not super regimented and clean and tight. And this one, to be kind of fun, we did in the 7 inches wide and the 4 feet long, because it is a more linear pattern. So we really wanted to play that up. So when you get it on the floor, it's very modern look. The other two kind of can go more in traditional settings with the traditional colors, and keep those clients kind of happy that you want to maybe mix it in with some wood looks. And then this other one is just kind of like in your face. Wow, that's kind of insane how the stripes run down it. So yeah, I think we're giving you a lot of different options, but again, creating that kind of carpet look without the carpet issues.
Would you say that's kind of a trend you're seeing, is that the wood looks are always popular, but now designers are really starting to look for like an alternate sort of texture or pattern to put on the floor? Is that what you're seeing?
I absolutely see that. I see that both in our sheet product clients and our LVT clients. It's after a while, wood look looks like wood look. And I mean, I have beautiful ones, and I can recommend some that are just stunning, but a designer, especially, the intent is to kind of break it up. And, for years that was by creating a wood look floor and then putting some awesome rugs on top of it and some cool shapes and stuff like that. And just with the cleaning of, so many corporate places use outside maintenance. And so that can actually create a nightmare for your client, because you can't really control what the people are using to clean. You can't control whether or not they're slopping it over onto the carpet, or if they're, running the carpet machine, but slamming it into the edge of the carpet tile. I mean, I've seen some things that would keep you awake at night. And so to be able to combine patterns and looks, but have one cleaning method, we're really seeing people asking for that again and again. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, we're really going to be trying to move more into a lot of these kind of cool patterns. And again, there's the big window for it to replace the carpet, but then there's also like this feathered concrete. Concrete itself as a flooring product is a very difficult product to maintain. It looks wonderful when you first go in. And usually it's, they get it polished, and then sometimes they seal it, and then the sealer starts cracking. So you know, again, those kind of looks are always going to be in demand.
Yeah.
You know, if you want something that's easy to clean and an LVT. We're also finding that people are putting down LVT with spray lock, and I just can't say enough about that, because that means your client, if one of them gets damaged or vandalized, they can pull it up themselves, and kind of, it almost kind of makes it a carpet tile situation while still passing British spill, still allowing it to be cleaned, and, you know, pretty much wet all the time, once a day, getting cleaned off, and still adhere to all those sanitary things.
And talk a little bit about what that spray lock is. Also, designers, I will note that if you hear some whining, it is my dog Mose. He is saying hello. He's very upset that someone walked in front of the house. So hello for Mose, everyone. But yes, if you could talk a little bit about what designers should keep in mind when it comes to how do you install a product like this? Is there something they need to make sure they include in their spec? In terms of that install method, are there different types of install methods, and how would you choose between them? I don't know. Help us out.
Sure. Install methods of LVT are really great. It gives you, as the designer, a sense of more design aspect to it, because especially when you start working with these rectangles, you can do patterns on the floor, you can do insets, you can do cut-ins, you can do things where, you know, you go from one tone to the other with just maybe an arc or something like that. And really, it's a more economical way of bringing life to the installation, to the entire project economically. Installation of LVT, I've done it myself. So it's really not difficult. And again, the spray lock is, you know, what I'm really seeing more and more of. Spray lock is a third-party product. We, and pretty much every company that sells flooring private labels spray lock. So I'm just calling it by the generic name, kind of like Kleenex. And then I have my name for it, and everyone else has their name for it. But it's basically just an adhesive that gentlemen can stand up, or the installers can stand up and spray, as opposed to being down on their knees. It looks like sleet when it goes down on the floor. It creates a bond that's kind of like a Post-it note. So it'll hold the product from having undulation this way off the floor, and then the products being put tightly together to stop it from moving side to side. So, but again, it gives that releasable idea that someone can put one down. We do a lot of work in colleges and university dorms, things like that, where, you know, those kids drag a bed across the floor, things that get spilled that you just don't want anyone to know about. And the guys can go in and pop some up and put them back down. It just really saves on having to have someone come with a standard full spread adhesive application. You've really got to get somebody to come in and scrape it off the floor, put the adhesive on, let it set up, put it down. You can't walk on it for 8 hours. So we, of course, it can be installed either way with us. And it's tile is really a fast product. LVT is a fast product to put down because, as I said, with the full spread, you got to give it 8 hours. But if these guys start working in the afternoon, they're walking on it the next day. But with the spray lock, you can actually be installing in one office while people are sitting next door and just kind of move from room to room. So we see that a lot in assisted living, because if someone comes out of a room, they are able to flip a room that day and get somebody back in immediately.
Wow.
So yeah.
So basically a conversation you need to have with your clients in terms of like how often are they going to want to do something like that, and just chat with them about what that means.
Right. Some people it means a lot. Some people, you know, they're never going to mess with it. They're, you know, they're going to put it down for a TI type job, or maybe a corporate job where, you know, they're handling their own maintenance. You've got a nice law firm or somebody like that where they've got, you know, then it's not as much a concern for them. But if you start getting into things like a school or assisted living or healthcare where it, you know, speed of replacement is important, that's always a great thing to talk to them about.
Great. And then I want to talk about my favorite thing. You guys have a ton of PVC-free resilient options. Can you talk a little bit about that part of your business? Because you have a ton of options. They are great looking, a lot of different visuals.
Yeah.
Hit us with it.
Yeah. So a couple of things that are really exciting. We have, first off, the one on the right, the one that's the wood look, that is called Naturescapes. And that we won Neocon Gold a couple of years ago with that. And it actually was the first resilient flooring that was ever pedal certified by IL.
Oh, wow. We
created this product. It's an organic polymer that's made from minerals and castor bean oil. So it comes as a sheet. It's got 3 patterns. And the wood one that I really love, and if you're interested in it, go check it out on Teknoflor.com and really blow up this image, because what it is this is a very European look, in that there's like an 8-inch wide plank laid next to a 3-inch, next to a 5-inch, and it has a waxed wood finish. So it's really matte. And again, it's very European as opposed to kind of a shiny sheet that you might see in America. There's also a little tiny pencil line around every one of the planks.
Oh, nice.
Usually sheet products, the pattern is changed only by the tone or the wood graining. So to have this little framing of them, we had this exact color on the floor at Neocon, and every time we turned around, people were bent down trying to stick their fingernail in between, because they truly thought it was LVT. So that one, there's 2 companion patterns with it, a linen look and a concrete look, and those 2 patterns come in very large rectangle tiles as well. And so there's great use for that. So again, you've got kind of like a tile version and a sheet version for whatever need. And then coming in the fall, this wood look that you see right there is going to have companion planks.
Oh, so, fun.
Yeah. So then they'll really look like planks on the floor, because they will be. So yeah, we're going through final adoption of the colors right now. And so I'm looking at like August, September, them being available for sale, which is pretty exciting.
Great. Yeah.
The ones on the left are called CS, and there's a wood plank in there too. Those aren't in the photos here. But it's a little smaller plank. I want to say it's like 6 inches wide by 3 feet long. So it's more of a traditional wood look, but they're really, really pretty. This is a quartz-based product. So this is for, we do tons of like lab work and college work and places where, chemical resistance is a huge deal. And so you can see that these products in these 2 photos are more like a speckle look. And so people usually play with these by doing inserts and color changes and things like that, because it is a more monochromatic look. It's available in both a tile and a sheet. But again, it's got a PSI of like 3,000. So wow, this is the kind of thing that you're going to put in, and it's going to, as long as they're cleaning it and making it look good, it's going to be down for 20 years, Wow. Even it'll be down ugly for 20 years. The product will be great. Like somebody needs to get in there and clean it. But so yeah, and again, chlorine free, PVC free, great for all those kind of clients that really want to, have a positive impact on the environment.
I love that. And they have a lot of transparency labels, I believe, right?
Yes. Almost every product we have has a declare label.
Fabulous.
We have HPDs, EPDs, floor score, so all of those things, very transparent on the website, able to help you print that off for lead or send you anything you need.
That's great. Yeah. I love it. Well, designers, the good news is you can order samples of these things right now. Mm-hmm. So click that order samples, and then you can see them in your office in real time. If you have any other questions, feel free to use the chat and ask them now. Alex, it was so great to see you. And I love chatting about your products, especially your PVC-free ones, because seriously, you guys have really pushed the envelope, and I think really pushed the industry to do more PVC-free options, which is great because I love seeing that, especially in our neck of the woods up here in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah.
I love you guys, because that's our passion. And so to get to come to that part of the world and see clients that care about that is just really exciting. So
I'm excited too.
yeah.
And designers, we have a whole slew of great snack breaks scheduled for the next 2 weeks. So smash that register now button and we'll see you again soon. In the meantime, Alex, I guess that's all for now. It was great to talk with you.
Thank you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the snack break.
I know. We'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.